I knew he's gonna wild out and he's gonna do something crazy. Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
What's up, guys? RicoCap. Today I want to go over the RicoCap demand zones, specifically just the demand zones, and how we played them today for a pretty decent win. Now, these are kind of risky, kind of the strategy I'm about to go over for you. So I want to tell you kind of what to look out for and maybe, how to utilize this for your own self. Now, how we did this today was this. So we saw that Q did pull back at open out of a supply zone, rejected at open, and fell down through this demand right here. Now, this was the first demand it kind of fell through. Now, this was definitely one I was not about to play just because we've been in some very tight action. And if we kind of scroll back, we see that, yes, yesterday would have been the demand to, slam calls in there for the ride up because we're near all-time highs. Now, the reason why I didn't do it here was simple. We rejected this supply kind of near all-time highs again, so more than likely we're going to go a little bit lower. So this was easily a $4 to $5 drop. Now we're dropping to the next zone down to this 533, 532. Now if we kind of look on the 15-minute, kind of scroll out a little bit, you see the last time we were there. We haven't really retested this yet. So this is a fresh demand, meaning a lot of buyers are still stacked here. Notice how this one right here was tested the previous day and then yesterday, and then again it failed today. So every time we test a zone, it gets weaker and weaker. Just kind of think of it like, buyers and sellers are just kind of getting executed every time we test it. So think of this demand right here as like a net. Notice how if the net is strong enough, it will hold us here and then push us right back out. That's exactly how we played it. Now, say the net is, not as strong, it will kind of rip through it just like this, and you got to be careful. Now, we're already down $4 to $5. I did not believe QQ would gonna go lower than that. We're in a fresh demand. This is a pretty decent size, right? It's $1 kind of demand here. So I wanted to see how price kind of reacted and what the buyers kind of did. So notice how this first, candle really went all the way through and stopped at the demand. That's clue number one. And I'm on the 15-minute as well. So as the second 15-minute opened up, if this was still bearish, this 15-minute, this green one right here, would not have opened up here or outside of it. It would have opened up inside of it or below. Notice how it did open up above. So as it opened up above, I saw that as our opportunity to take some lotto calls. Now I wanted to go lotto calls because I needed something that would move quick, and I needed something kind of right at the money or in the money to kind of move this along to kind of capture, the move I wanted. So I went with the 535s. They were pretty cheap, and I got them right for about $100. Now, as this opened up, it started dipping. As this started dipping, you can see the wick right here. I was kind of just watching it. It trapped sellers down there. I know that more people were trying to slam puts if they missed the opening drive, and they're getting trapped there. And I know that because once it started kind of wicking back up like this is where I took the calls, and I slammed those QQ 535s for about $105. All I was looking for was this to dry up just like this and come right back up to this 535 line, kind of putting these calls at the money in the money. And that's exactly what we did. It dried all the way up, came right up there. Those calls ran from $100 all the way to almost $200. As the next candle of that 15 opened up outside again, and we got that push up. That's exactly what I was looking for. Putting the calls $1 in the money, went from like I said, $100 to 180, and it was a fast mover. Exactly what I was looking for, right? We're running in here in a firefight, but understanding that the buyers were there, and notice how it did exactly that. Came kind of right back down, but it didn't matter. We're already out. Now, here is the scenario. Say this came right back up and did exactly this. And so, honestly, if you still took those calls in there, you would be up, but it's your job to be trimming, or stop spot buy and just see what would happen. The thing is, even if you are wrong here and say we absolutely kind of, did that and then kind of just came right back down for the sell-off, right? The buyers tried to fight back, didn't really happen. The candle dried up and came right back down. You would still be up 10, 20, 30, 40% on those lottos. You need to be taking those trims. This is meant to be a kind of a sniper play. This is a RicoCap zones here. You need to have your edge, and this is the edge you're looking for. If you're looking for that 10, 20, 30, 40%, you're going to get that even if you're wrong. If you're looking for that 100%, you're going to get it if you're right. So the 3 scenarios here are this. First scenario, this, slam it into, right, as the price is dropping in there and it starts drying up, you see buyers are there, you slam those calls, and the scenario goes well, right? Scenario 1 shoots right up. We got exactly what we wanted. Sometimes if it goes really well, it'll shoot all the way back up to high of day and you're really making bank. Scenario number 1 goes exactly according to plan. Scenario number 2 does exactly this, but doesn't go much higher and rejects, comes right back down. Now you need to be taking that 10, 20, 30, 40% systematically, kind of selling into the move. Don't be looking for the 100, 200% gainers. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, be happy that you're sniping, making your money, and that's what you're looking for. You're making that money. So scenario number 2 is that. Scenario number 3 is you completely ran in here, no confirmation. The 15-minute opened up inside here and you slam puts, or you slam calls thinking this will do this, but you didn't wait for confirmation and it keeps selling off. That's what you need to be looking for. Confirmation. You need to be looking for the buyers. You need to make sure the net, so to say, is strong enough to hold you. And if it's strong enough, right, it's going to act like a trampoline and, boost you right out. Exactly kind of what we're looking for. And you can see kind of the opposite effect here where, they're holding it up there and then rejected right out. So think of it like that. And that's exactly kind of how we played it here. Even this little move right here from 532, 533-ish all the way up to 536. I mean, you're making money off lottos, and especially kind of early in the day, the lottos aren't really too kind of burnt out yet, especially with, you can see kind of price action like this where it's just kind of, sideways, avoid the chop kind of, so to say. And, easy a move like that, you got to be ready for it. You got to be ready. So if it, we come dropping into a demand and it holds and it looks good, even if you kind of waited and just kind of slammed right here, or even waited for this this would be completely confirmation right here. You saw this was about to open up here, or even just, above the demand, that 533 area right here. As long as it opened up anywhere, above this, kind of right there in that shaded area, as long as it opened up above there, and notice how it was about to, you could take those calls, this 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds before this candle even opens. So the second you're in, you're in and it starts working immediately. So I want you to kind of keep in mind as that. Kind of a quick scenario on kind of how I played this yesterday, but on the supply side, notice how we hit that demand, we came right back up. Right here is where I took some puts. I took that right there. Price opened up and we pushed right up here to this zone. We wicked, and notice how I slammed those puts right there for the ride almost all the way back down. But those puts did over 100%. Same thing. Tagged them at 538, went at the money, 538 puts, and then they came all the way down to 537. Even a dollar move like that on some lottos, I mean, it was quick and it still made 100%. So even something like this, a $3 move, a very nice move. This could have gone all the way back to 538 and really put $3, $4, in the money of those calls. So be looking for something like this. I give these game plans out every night, to the members in the Discord channel and on the private Twitter. Every night, giving them out so they have the zones, they know where they're at. Think of this as just areas of buyers and sellers. That's all it is. So if they're strong enough here, they're gonna push us out. If they're weak enough, they're gonna pull us out there. So I mean, doesn't really matter which directions, rinse and repeat. We're whatever side we're on, we're looking for it. And even then, let's look at another example right here. Notice how we got right to the, this new zone right here, this demand turned supply, acting like a sell zone. So notice how we got near it and then reversed out, got back to it again, kind of reversed a little bit more. And then now, buyers are trying to step in more. So tomorrow we're going to be looking for, if we stay above this zone, notice how they're kind of working right now, the buyers. Then we'll look, to see if we can, come right back up to 530, 539. And that's the move we're looking for. So hopefully I wanted to shed some light on kind of how we played the zones here. And I even played them, a second time here. Same calls, round 2 right here. Notice how, we held a higher low right there. Still, even though we're inside this kind of demand, I noticed, as we're approaching lunch, we're not going to go much lower. They're probably going to hold it here. So higher low, took a shot again, round 2 on those calls, and we pushed right up to the 535 again. And so sold all out. That time was like a 40% move for us. I mean, still good, still loving it, and still, kind of banking off that. So Make sure you have these zones on your charts, guys. At least, draw the lines. You don't got to, draw the shades if you don't want to. But the shades just kind of help me understand, like, visually when market's open, these are the buyers, these are the sellers. Be cautious here, be ready here kind of thing. So have those on your charts and make sure you're ready. So when it's game time, you don't got to be second guessing. All we got to do is, take the position and bank. So exactly what we're looking for. Hopefully that makes it easier for you guys. Any questions, let me know. Appreciate you watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share it to someone that needs it. And of course, Rico Capital, I will see you on the next video.